What up, my North County fam? I'm your girl Kelly, here to give you the rundown on what happened in St. Louis County government this week, and I'm gonna get right into it with some of these highlights. So the first highlight is the discussion. There was a discussion this week regarding the usage of ARPA funds. So y'all, the committee of the whole met on Monday morning at 10 a.m. and it must have been real if they met on a Monday morning, not just any Monday morning, but the Monday after Thanksgiving. So in this meeting, this brother, Mr. Armini, from Deloitte. So he's a representative from Deloitte. And again, if y'all don't know, Deloitte is the firm that St. Louis County has hired to make sure that when it comes to the spending of this ARPA coin, that they are in compliance with all of the regulations. So Mr. Armini, he spoke a lot and he covered some important details. First, he said, there are six buckets that you can use this money on. So 1, economic impacts. 2, public health, of course. 3, workforce. 4, infrastructure. 5, education and childcare. And 6, revenue replacement. He also mentioned there are things that you can't spend this coin on, right? And it includes these things. So deposits into pension funds, general infrastructure, refilling rainy day funds, offsetting and net tax revenue, debt service, and legal settlements or judgments. He also mentioned the timeline, meaning this coin, it has to be spent by December 31st of 2024. There's also a question asked saying that I guess people thought, well, once we get this coin, if we transfer it to the general funds, then we can kind of, divvy it out to wherever and whatever we want to do. And Mr. Armini said, no, you can't do that. And so he basically said that, for the most part, things are workable as far as how you can spend this coin, but it has to be connected to some negative effect of COVID-19. And he said, once y'all figure out the priorities y'all want to focus on or things that you want to improve upon in St. Louis County, holler at us, Deloitte, because we getting paid the big bucks, right, to help y'all to figure out how can you achieve whatever goals you want to achieve that you've prioritized and make sure that you're doing it in compliance with the federal regulations. Councilwoman Webb, she wanted the people to know this. She said it. So she flat out asked Mr. Armini, look, bruh, can ARPA funding be utilized to fund the demolition of Jamestown Mall? His response, yes, it was a hard no. So she just wanted the people to know that ARPA coins cannot be utilized to fund the demolition of Jamestown Mall. Then Mr. Armini started talking about the process of how to develop a plan and how to spend this coin. And what was his suggestion on where the county should have started with developing this plan? Yeah, you're right. You guessed it, y'all. Start with St. Louis County residents and important stakeholders in the community. And then obviously, once you hear from them, their needs and their priorities, then programs and plans can be built based off of that. Again, making sure that you're keeping in compliance with the federal regulations. And I guess the thing that disturbed me a little bit was to hear council members, literally, they were like, we didn't even know that there was a process. This is the process? We didn't know. We weren't aware. Okay. So anyways, apparently Deloitte, when they work with other municipalities and cities with, this ARPA coin, they do provide surveys that are distributed throughout the city, towns, or what have you to gauge what people, what's important to them and what their needs are. So Deloitte is working with Paige's office to develop the survey. The council seemed completely cool, A-okay with that. They obviously want to see the survey first before it gets sent out to St. Louis County residents. And so I will definitely keep y'all posted on whenever that survey drops. So the plot thickened a little bit, though, during this meeting, right? Because of the 2022 budget. So again, as you recall, there was this kind of general consensus that, hey, once ARPA coins are transferred to the general fund, then, hey, we can use that coin for whatever the hell we want. Not the case, right? Not the case. And St. Louis County can't afford to make a mistake when it comes to this and adhering to the federal requirements because, you know, as we all know, the feds will make you run you their coins back. And St. Louis County ain't got millions of dollars to run back to the feds. So St. Louis County got to get this stuff right. So what is the county going to do? Because, you know, they done already had all these budget hearings, and also the budget, it has to be approved by the end of the year, y'all. So inquiring minds want to know what's next. So there were two options discussed. The first is to delay the approval of the budget until everything is figured out. Councilman Tracus pointed out, look, y'all, the world won't come to an end if we don't approve the budget by the end of the year. This ain't new. This has happened in the past. You know, that will give us time to really figure out what we should do moving forward to make sure we're doing right. So that was option number one. Option number two is to move forward with approving the budget, but that means they're going to have to cut some stuff. So we talking about $19 million from the general fund and about $18 million from the health department. And then from there, you know, they make these cuts or what have you to approve the budget by the end of the year. And, you know, obviously departments, they can come forward throughout the year requesting supplemental appropriations if they need additional coin. And what was also expressed and discussed was like, yeah, this isn't new either. Departments come forward to the council and request these supplemental appropriations. So, I mean, that's also an option. So which door are they going to choose? Door number one or door number two? We don't know yet. I guess we'll have to stay tuned to that. And then like right after they were talking about that, yep, the council went into a closed session to discuss some legal stuff regarding ARPA funds. So yeah, I'll be sure to keep y'all posted on all of this. I am also going to include the link to this meeting so y'all can watch the playback to take a listen for yourselves. So the second highlight I wanted to mention, yes, the mask mandate drama, it ain't over. So I think it was last week there was, or maybe it was the week before, I don't know. But there was a judge, state of Missouri judge, that pretty much mutomboed, and he struck down health orders, including, yes, you got it, these mask mandates throughout the state. So on Tuesday, Councilman Fitch, he wanted the council to vote on requesting State Representative Jim Murphy of St. Louis County to seek a legal opinion from the Office of Missouri Attorney General regarding that ruling towards kind of future health orders. And from what I could gather, he said he wanted they needed to go through State Rep Murphy because I guess council members by law they can't go to the State of Missouri Attorney General with this stuff. So the council voted on it, and his request for them to go through old boy to get the information, the legal opinion on the ruling, it failed to pass. Then there was also some discussion. So Councilwoman Clancy, she submitted communications which were included in the meeting agenda during Tuesday's county council meeting. Again, basically saying, hey, we really need to talk about this court ruling and its ramifications, its legal ramifications when it comes to health orders, all this other stuff. So there was some discussion, and after the discussion, the decision was made that yes, there will be a special meeting scheduled to discuss the legal ramifications of the court's decision, and that it might be necessary for the council to consider a new masking order. Yes, y'all, to be continued on that. And then the third highlight I wanted to lift up Lord help us. So, Dr. Khan, the Dr. Khan saga continues. So, whew. And if y'all don't know, Dr. Khan is the acting director for the health department. So last Wednesday, Dr. Khan sent an email to all the staff in the health department. An email was cute. It's like, hey, y'all, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for all your work during this pandemic, yada, 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 all that, right? But then in the email, he told the staff to, quote, ignore the lunatic fringe that exists in every society. They were there 100 years ago and will likely be around 100 years in the future. They are irrelevant fools. I'm sorry. I know I try to keep my little, personal commentary out of this. But, Dr. Khan, what were you thinking when you hit send on that? Like, you knew putting that in there was not going to be, it wasn't going to end well for you. Why did you do it? Okay, I'm done. So, anyway, obviously, folks, they big mad about it. Councilman Harder and his communications included in Tuesday's county council meeting in the agenda, he literally called out Dr. Khan for that email. And he's like, look, bruh, and Sam Page, this dude need to resign, like yesterday. Then later in the meeting, the council, they voted on County Executive Page's appointment of Dr. Khan as the director of the health department. Now, mind you, y'all, this topic, it has been on the county council's meeting agenda on the unfinished business section for for many, many months. So they decided to vote on his official appointment during Tuesday night's council meeting. And what was the vote? I mean, this really isn't surprising. The council overwhelmingly voted against Dr. Khan's appointment as director of the health department for St. Louis County. Days, Fitch, Webb, Tracus, and Harder, they voted against his appointment. And Dunaway and Clancy voted in favor of Dr. Khan's appointment. I can't recall who it was, but one of the council members asked Paige, because Paige, he attends every meeting virtually. Yeah, he does. And they asked him flat out, so, bruh, like, what does this mean? Clearly, the supermajority of the council said they ain't checking for Dr. Khan. So what you finna do? Like, what's your next move, bruh? And Sam Page, he looked in the camera or whatever, and he said, basically, it ain't gonna change nothing. Dr. Khan is still gonna serve as the acting director for the health department in St. Louis County. Y'all, this ain't a good look. It's really not. This isn't a good look. The council literally have no confidence in this dude, and we are still in a pandemic. Yeah, it's not a good look. And then I'm gonna round this out. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I just feel like I keep bringing y'all bad news. But I'm gonna round this out with the legislative corner. There are a couple bills that were passed on Tuesday that I wanted to highlight so y'all know about them. So the first, there's a bill that was passed updating whistleblowers' protections for St. Louis County employees. So that did pass on Tuesday night. And then also, there's another bill passed accepting a grant of up to $6,600 to support the police department's participation in the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission's Show Me Zero program. And the goal of this program is to reduce serious injury and fatality crashes through enforcement, engineering, and education. That's all I have for you this week, y'all. Please stay safe out there, stay well, and you see me soon. Peace.